Stone and Glass in Rebirth Filipino art exhibit has earned praise for its unique concept, the first of its kind in the Philippines. The Rebirth exhibit has introduced a rare concept developed by two of the most creative artists in the Philippines, David Kaufman of Kaufman Stone and the renowned pioneer of glass sculpture in the Philippines, Ramon Orlina.
So in a way, we're bringing 80 years of knowledge.
Yung marble at saka glass. This will be the first time that it's coming out. It's a milestone para sa akin.
We are now open for business.
It is a signal to the world. We are open for business.
I am with the father of Philippine glass sculpture, Mr. Ramon Orlina. This is very interesting because I think this collaboration is the first in the history in the Philippines. How is that so?
I collaborate also with other artists. Pero ito, it's marble and glass. Kaiba.
Anong pagkakaiba ng marble and glass? Kasi siyempre pag sinabi mong marble, glass, and steel, normally iba-iba ang character niyan. And ngayon, pinagsama-sama nyo. How is it different?
Ang problema sa akin, sa glass kasi, lampasan. Tumingin ka sa glass, nakikita mo kapila.
Oo.
Likod.
See-through, kumbaga.
Oo. Pag marble tignan mo, pag tignan mo, makikita mo. Kailangan tignan mo yung kabila.
Yes.
Hindi pwedeng, sa akin nakikita ko yung gitna.
Oo.
Yun ang kaibahan ng glass.
So, how is the experience different po? Masasabi niyo po ba na parang may mga challenges pa dito na pwede pang ma-improve?
Yes, we will still do something. Sa next na gagawin natin, pwedeng may ilaw na kasama. Kasi alam mo yun, pag may ilaw itong glass, nakapunta ang glass light eh.
Yes.
Ito hindi, wala na light na, wala na din na sa akin. Tapos na, paano ko lalagyan ng ilaw yan, di ba?
So parang yung ilaw niya, parang external pa or part of the...
Part of the block. Kaya pag ginawa namin, kami dalawa talaga, together. Kasi ngayon, nauna yun sa kanya, pumasok yun sa akin.
I see. Oh, so parang naging sequential.
Sequential.
So dapat medyo simultaneous.
Simultaneous, so...
Sir Ramon, this so far is one of a kind. So, what is the inspiration behind this? I'm sure there are drafts, di ba? Or some sort of models.
Ang pangyari is, pumili ako ng lugar na lalagyan ko.
Okay.
And from there, I cut it. And tinama ko yan. Eksakto. Dahan din na dikit ko. Yung susunod na dikit ko, mas maganda pa kaysa dyan. Kasi, unang pa ako ng technology, kung ano yung pinakamaganda sa glass na hindi mo napapansin. Ito meron ka nakikita ang mga bilog-bilog.
Makikita mo.
Mali.
Kasi parang may ano pa siya, may spot pa
may
siya.
May spot pa eh. Kasi wala akong, kung hindi, malalaglag yung glass.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Pag susunod na ginawa ko, wala na yung glass na yan. Nakaganunan.
Okay. So makikita mo na siya, parang nakalaminate na siya.
Nakalaminate siya. Tapos pwede kong lagyan ng ilaw sa loob, lalabas doon.
Parang mag-i-illuminate pa siya. Pero dito sir Sir Ramon, dito sa artwork na ito, what's the inspiration behind this? How do you, when you look at it from the perspective of the artist, what is it? What does it evoke?
I will just play it with add together. Kung ano yung design niya. Well, I put my own design on the structure that he made.
Pero sir, as we see it, the title is Where Stone Meets Light. It is very iconic. Parang what we see in international museums as well. You know, you have a lot of experience here and abroad. Have you seen something like this, and how is this different from what you have done in the past?
No, I don't see anything like that.
Wow.
Yung marble at saka glass. this will be the first time that it's coming out.
Wow.
So next time we do it together, that will be great.
Pero paano yun, sir? Baka magsunuran ng iba, gayahin na kayo.
Walang
Lalo na
problema.
ilalabas namin sa TV to.
Walang problema.
Ayan ang gusto
Hindi
ko.
ako natatakot eh.
Wow.
Gumagaya ng glass ko eh. Wala akong masagamit. What can I say? I don't have the monopoly of glass. Kung somebody does glass, actually, there are 3 sculptors na meron ng one-man show. On glass lang. Parehong-pareho na sa akin, pero what can I say?
But how different is the Ramon Orlina glass?
Nahirap gawin yun eh. Kasi pag tinignan mo ang trabaho ko, alam mo sa akin eh.
Okay, very uniquely Orlina. Okay, based on our research, you invented the cold cutting method
Yes.
alone. Walang kayong predecessor, kayo ang nanguna at saka ginamit niyo yung homemade tools ninyo.
Yes.
Walang technology. So, kung pwede maikwento nyo, what did those early years of trial and error actually look like? What broke, what failed, and nawalan din ba kayo ng pag-asa noon?
Arkitekto ko eh.
Okay.
I finished architecture. I am a registered architect. I work with Carlos Arguelles. Tapos sabi ng professor namin, 4 kami yung section. Matatapos sa inyo, next year, 3 na lang. Third year, 2 na lang kayo. Ang gagawin, 1 lang. Kasama ako.
Okay.
Sabi niya, I have an advice for you. Those who will graduate, don't get married early.
Okay. And you didn't?
I did not kasi. Bakit ba? Wala sinabi kung bakit gano'n. Wala sabi niya, pagkatapos nung don't get married early, tapos na. Then I worked with Carlos Arguelles. He's one of the biggest firms dati. Dami namin, more than 4 artist card. Tapos tinignan ko, meron doon 3, 4 na nandun pa. Since they started Arguelles, nandun pa hanggang ngayon. Ako nandito pa ito, mga maputi na mga buhok. Di ba?
Okay.
Because nagda-drafting pa sila. Because they are married. May mga anak. May binabayarang utang, may binabayarang kotse. So, sabi ko, kaya pala yung don't get me there. Kung hindi, magtatrabaho ko as a draftsman. Ayoko na mag-ganun.
How old were you when you finally got married?
I'm 40 already.
When you invented that cold cutting method, what was your inspiration? Kasi sabi nyo nga, arkitekto kayo. Bakit kayo nag-eksperimento into that method?
Nakita ko kasi architecture is glass and steel.
Glass and
Sabi
steel.
ko, glass. Ang gagamito ko yung glass. I use glass for my painting. Imbes na canvas, ginawa kong glass. And I started to paint on glass. Nobody's doing it that
You
time.
started to paint on
glass. Yung plain na glass, kaya kotse. Dito ko pinipinturahan. Dito ka natingin. Ibang klase.
Why were you doing that? Are those for exhibits? Or
No, I
are those...
was doing it for my own self. But
Okay.
I will exhibit it later on. Tapos nagpunta ako sa gallery, pwede ba ako mag-exhibit sa inyo? Sabi, ang trabaho mo? Hindi ko mapakita na ang ginagawa ko glass. Baka may maunahan pa ako nang gumawa ng glass. Di ba? Sabi ko, hindi ko mapakita sa iyo. Sabi siya, bumalik after 2 days ang photographing. Yung isang kaibigan ko ngayon, ang assistant ng isang gallery, Harriet Gallery.
Okay.
Sabi ganyan, may ginagawa si Ramon. Kunin mo to exhibit. Sabi, mag-exhibit ako. Nag-exhibit ako ngayon. Ngayon, sabi ko, wala na akong pera during the time. Hindi man ako arkitekto. Wala nang practice architecture during the time, during the martial law. Hindi malaman ng ano nangyayari sa architecture. 4 yung structural ko. Naging isa na lang. Kasi wala na yung may sweldo sa kanila, di ba? So, practice ako ng painting ng glass. Yun, nag-exhibit ako and very successful.
Wow. So what was that exhibit like? Was it the first?
No, the first.
And it was successful. How
Very
do you,
successful.
during that time, how do you gauge success in terms of,
Buying.
like say,
If you sell,
if you sell,
Yeah.
that's the gauge of
yeah.
success.
But one thing I should say, mga January, ang show ko, March pa. Sabi ko, bibenta muna ako, nakakaya na sa father ko. Utang ako ng utang ng gawa ko, di ba? So, nagdala ako ng 2 trabaho. Itong glass ko, wow, Ramon, sabi ng creator, ang ganda nitong ginawa mo. And, pagkatapos, sige, iwanan ko na sa'yo na, ganda, Ramon, ganda. Umalis na ako. Pagkalis mga 5 minutes, meron dumating na tao. Oh, I like this one. If he gives me 10% discount, I will buy it.
Okay.
Tinatawagan ako, nagmerienda pa ako, wala pa ako sa kusina, di ba? Tawag sa kusina, sarado ng kusina ko. Ano Ramon, maswerte kang tao. May bumibili ng trabaho mo. Ngayon ka na naglabas ng trabaho, may bumibili. Bili mo ako sa'yo. As an artist, bili ako. Nabili. The next day.
Pero siguro mura pa nun, sir. Kasi,
25,000 pa lang.
25,000. 25,000. What year was that?
1975.
1975 at 25,000. Pero kung tutuusin, mahal na yun, ha?
Ngayon, yung kasama nung dalawa yun eh.
Okay.
Mother and child. Pero mas malaki. 4 feet by 5 feet. Malaki. Mother and child. Pero very, makikita mo, ang design ko, very structural. Arkitekto ko eh.
Oo, tama.
Diba? May bumili yung taga Singapore. Dinala sa Singapore.
Okay.
Hindi ko na nakita. 97, iniwang ko noon, di ba?
So, yung isa, nabili, yung maliit.
Oo.
Yung isa, yun yung dinala sa Singapore.
After 1 week, may dumating na taga Singapore.
Yan yung
Nakita
kinuha.
yun. Sabi ko, kunin ko, binili kayo.
Binili na.
Binili kayo. So, 1975, di ba? 3 years ago, may tumawag sa akin. Sabi niya, trabaho ba ito ni Mr. Orlina? Alam ko, sculptor siya, hindi to painting. Painting ito eh. Sabi niya, yes, ni Mr. Orlina yan. Eh, ang anak ko, nakatira sa Singapore, sa Thailand.
Oo. Ito'y
Sa
ang
Germany.
nakita yung painting na binili na dinala sa Singapore.
Dinala sa Singapore.
Oo.
Then after that, bumalik sa Germany. German eh.
Okay.
Di ba?
Oo.
Siguro baka namatay. Hindi ko matagal na sa 1975.
Oo.
Baka namatay na siya or what. Di ba? Matanda na nun. Sabi nung anak niya siguro, i-auction natin in-auction na sa Singapore. Nalaman sa Singapore. Tingnan natin kung kay Orlina ito. Hinanap ako. Nakita yung pangalan ko sa museum. May Mr. Orlina ko. Pinadala doon. Kay Mr. Orlina ba ito? Sinabi ng sekretary ko, yes, kay Mr. Orlina yan. Pero sinabi ko sa anak ko, mag-bid ka rin. Magkano yung bilhin natin. Nag-bid siya ngayon.
So, kumaga parang, the purpose is for you to get back the artwork, probably?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I want to get it back. No?
Okay. Kasi that was one of the first works.
Second work kong benta.
Second work. O second sold project. Okay.
Oo, 1975.
Okay.
Diba?
So, sinong nanalo ngayon? Excited ako.
Nanalo yung anak ko.
Bakit? Magkano yung bid niya?
Naging 475,000.
475,000. So, nanalo yung anak mo?
Nako. Pinadala niya yung sa akin nga pagkatapos. Pinadala sa akin. Nasa akin ngayon.
Wow. Now, assuming we sell that today, how much would it cost?
I don't know. Kasi auction yun eh. Hindi malaman, pwedeng...
Assuming somebody will buy it tomorrow, kunyari.
I'm not doing glass painting anymore.
I see.
Naging glass sculptor na ako eh. Kaya yung sumulat nga, si Mr. Orlina is a sculptor, eh, bakit meron siyang painting?
I see.
Pero,
kasi yun yung una pa. Okay, Sir Ramon, why did you graduate from glass painting to sculpture? And as we all recognize you are the father of glass architecture. Why did you finally, made up your mind to say that I want to build my name with glass sculpture?
So I have a glass, I have a show. Merong mga glass clippings.
Okay.
Lumabas si Ramon Orlina. Sabi ng Vice President, ba't hindi natin kontento na si Mr. Orlina? They want to have a symposium about glass cutting,
Okay.
glass. Ba't hindi natin yung arkitekto kunin natin? Si Arguelles, yung mga tika-tika. Sabi niya, kunin lang natin to. Hindi lang na siya arkitekto. Nagpe-painting pa sa glass. Nagdalangin akong 3 painting doon. Yung presidente niya, si Victor, bumilib sa akin. They've been doing glass for more than 20 years. Alam mo sila naging painting. Glass, ang ganda. Di ba? Yun nagsimula. After that lecture, sabi niya, pwede ba namin kausapin ka? Oh, yeah, I can talk to you. Pagkatapos nun, they said, Ramon, you can think, I think you have meron kang talent.
Gift.
Yeah, we want to help you kung anong gusto mo. We will offer you scholarship
Wow.
wherever you want to go. For 3 years. Pag nautusan ka ng pera, sabi ng Vice President, papadala ka namin ng pera.
Anong pinili mo ngayon? Kasi siyempre, imagine, wherever you want to go. Where did you study?
Sabi ko, I think about it.
Okay,
Pero
pag
ano
iba
yung-
yun sa Ramon, talagang okay, right there and then. Yes.
Yes, di ba? Pagbabalik ko sa kanya, thank you very much for your offer. I'm not accepting it.
Bakit?
Kasi pag pinadala mo ko, libre ako lahat. Libre yung pagkain ko. Libre pamasahe ko. Doon ako nakatira. Kung maging sa akin, maging akin ka na ako. May utang na loob na ako sa'yo.
Yes. Oo.
Sabi ko, papapasukin mo na lang sa factory mo. I want to know how much glass is being made.
I see.
Oh.
So, you wanted more of the knowledge that you will learn rather than parang somehow
Nag-aral
paying
kasi.
back. Oo,
Yeah,
kasi
yeah.
parang medyo magkakaroon ka na ng utang
Utang
na
na
loob.
loob eh.
Parang sa kanya ka na. Di ba?
Oo.
You will work for him.
Yeah, actually, padadala kita na lahat ng pera, dapat bigla ka ng pera.
Tama.
Pwedeng,
tama.
hindi
Oo.
pwedeng...
Tsaka sabi nga nila, Sir Ramon, there is no such thing as free lunch.
Yeah. Ganun na sinabi ko. Sabi niya, okay, gusto mo ganun. Binigyan pa ako ng allowance para pumunta ron.
Wow.
Pero, pumunta ako ngayon. Nag-aaral ako, nasa library ako. Pag sunod ko, binibili nila. Susunatin ko lang, bibili sa abroad. Na Republic class.
You were writing about how to
To make glass.
make glass.
Mm.
I see.
Kasi ang ginagawa nila, ibang klase. Hindi yung glass ang ginagawa nila, hindi yung glass ang ginagawa. Ang nagagawa ko, yung totoo ng glass,
Oo.
every 6 months, 6 years, nagsa-shutdown din ng plant furnace. Pag sinutdown na, naiiwan yung glass na ganito ang kapal. Ganyan.
Oo.
Nakita ko itong glass na ito. Sabi ko, this is my pag nakat ko ito, makakameron ako ng libro. Tapos meron silang cutting doon para sa refractory, pinakat ko. Nakat. Sabi ko, I have my medium for sculpture.
Ayun.
Tapos sabi niya, gagawa tayo na next. After 2 months, kami siya na shutdown sila. Sabi ko, gawin mo na ang taas ng glass. Pag ganyan mo, glass in alalim yan, 3 feet. So, ang laki ng glass ko. Yan ang din ako sa Czechoslovakia na nagulat sila. Mga glass niya ganyan ang laki.
Maliliit.
Sa akin, ganito ang laki.
Do you choose the material of glass also where you do your sculpture?
Yes.
Diba? Okay.
Kasi pag buga mo, merong mali, merong maganda, hindi maganda. Banda dito, pag dito siya nagbubuhat, pagdating doon, malinis na malinis. Kaya lang manipis na doon. Parting gas na. Doon ako nakakuha ng mga glass. Meron.
Saan ito, sir? Sa Pilipinas?
Yeah, sa pinagbuhatan sa Republic Glass.
I see.
Ayun. Kaya ako una nagawa ng glass. Because ako may material. Ako nakaisip na gawing material ng ganyan.
Yes. Now, over 50 years into your practice, you are still experimenting, di ba?
Yes.
Like say for example, combining glass with marble for the very first time. What keeps that curiosity alive?
Yeah, because I know glass. I can combine it with anything. I can combine my own glass, combine it with metal, with stainless steel. So may combination kasi hindi ako makakuha ng glass na ganito. Parang yan. Ang glass ko mga ganyan kalalaki. So hindi ko magagawa, pag malaki gusto maganda, hindi ako makagawa ng glass. Kailangan ko ng katulong. So gumagawa ko ng stainless steel. Stainless steel. Stainless or what. Ginagawa ko para makahawak sa glass. Marble is also cutting glass. So sabi ko, pwede itong glass. Ganun din marble.
So in short, you do not stop. Curiosity there is alive. So do you think that as, you know, with the very long years,
Yes.
parang you have not done everything yet? There's so much to be done.
Yeah.
Okay. But where is the motivation coming from? Kasi
Inside you, you can say, oh, I can do it. glass and marble, akong gagawa nito. Pero kailangan kong lumampas sa glass, hindi sa marble kasi cover ng marble. So, i-cover ko siya. Doon sa glass, lalabas ako ng light. Dito nakita mo dyan, nakita ko yung ginagawa niya. Malaki. Sabi ko, ang ganda to. Lagyan mo ng kulay. Ilaw. Hindi lang ilaw. Ang tubig. Ang glass ko naman, hindi na sasira sa tubig. Ang marble, hindi ito sa tubig. Lagay ko yan. Di ba maganda?
Somehow you called your connection with David, based on some interviews, a blessing. But artistically, what did you see in the stonework of David that you told a collaboration was worth your name being attached to it? Ano yung nasabi mo na,
Because he's good in what he's doing. So if you can do on what you want to do, on his work here, nagagawa mo yung sarili niya. Ngayon, kung sasama mo sa akin, pwede natin pagsamahin niya. Because he knows what to do. He knows what is marble. I know what is glass. So pagsamahin natin ng ating knowledge, and that will come out good. I think magandang pagkaka-design natin.
How do you describe your working relationship with David? Do you also somehow clash? Do you...
No. Medyo artist din naman si David. Tsaka alam mo, yung yaya ko ha. Kaya kami naging close. Yung yaya ko, yaya ng mga anak niya ngayon.
Okay.
Mga bata naglakad.
Really?
Tapos nawala na sa amin. Pumunta sa Vienna niya. Tapos nagpunta sa kanya. Ngayon nagpalaki na kanyang mga anak. Si Malo. Si Malo pupunta kami nagbabasi kaya sa Luneta. Doon kami nakikita. Malo, ito na dyan. Itong nakadala ko yung mga yun. Lumaki yung mga anak namin. Malalaki. So meron kaming tawang. Si Malo.
Okay. So somehow, parang there's a personal affiliation,
Yes.
di ba? Kasi the fact that you entrust, your kids to a person and you see them grow.
Yeah.
So sometimes they know the family. There's
Gulat nga siya. Alam ko, ngayon, ang son ko, 25 years old na. As it, ano pa rin siya, magkaibigan pa rin sila. Di ba?
Very
And during that
interesting.
time, 5 years old siya. Ito, 25 years old na. After 25 years,
Magkaibigan pa rin.
magkaibigan pa rin sila.
That's very interesting, Sir Ramon, because as you mentioned, may improve pa, magta-transform pa. So I think this is just the beginning of
Yes.
exciting things to happen. Okay, the Rebirth centerpiece is described as the first glass and stone sculpture in Philippine art history. Does achieving a historical first matter to you, or is the making of the thing more important than the milestone?
Well, it's a milestone para sa akin because it's a combination of some material which is glass and it's both cut by cutter. Na ginagamit ko, ginagamit niya. So, we have some technique na pareho. So, I know what he does and I think he knows what he does cutting glass. Ang kanya marble. So, we have same line of material. Nagkakat kami, nag-grind, nag-smooth, nagpapalis.
Di ba parang you said there are improvements that you needed to improve how you join the glass and the marble. Is that one of the hardest problems to solve, or you will reveal that solution in the next exhibit that you will
The
have?
next exhibit. Kasi ibang klase. There are so many kind of pandikit. Merong blurred, merong white, merong hindi nagtatagal. Like this one, if it's, I did walang glass, baka maraglag yan. Yung taasan ko pa para magdalo. Kasi kung hindi, malalaglag yan. Pag nakatagal yan, nalaglag yan. Kasi, kung pagdikit mo dyan lang, o hindi, maganda ang pangit ng pandikit. Blurred, hindi mo makikita yung glass. Pangit.
Yes.
You still have to do a lot of preparation.
Okay. How long did you do this, sir?
2 weeks siguro, 2 to 3 weeks.
There's a lot of glass sculptures now also, including your children. I think their
Yes,
names
yes.
are Anna and Michael.
Yes.
Okay, so thus watching them work or looking at the young glass sculptures also change the way you think about your legacy.
Yes, yes. Ayan, with Anna, really like glass. Nag-aral siya sa school, glass. And then, napunta siya sa glass factory. Sabi ko, punta ka din then pumunta ka sa Czechoslovakia. She studied in Czechoslovakia for 6
Wow.
months.
Why Czechoslovakia? Is that the more prominent country
Yes,
for glasswork?
Actually, sa Venice, sa Italy. Ang Czechoslovakia was ahead. Kaya lang, communist sila, wala nakakaalam eh.
Oo.
Nung pumunta rin sila dito, nagpunta sila rito to look at an exhibition. Nung pag-exhibition, sabi nila kanina why don't you look at the work of Mr. Orlina on glass? Gulat sila. Punta, Silahis Hotel, CCTV. Kumulas ka lang na street eh. Silahis na yun eh. Nagpunta sila doon. Pagkakita, nagulat sila. 4 meters by 8 meters. 3 tons ng sculpture. O nandun, nagulat sila. From that time, inimbita ako sa Czechoslovakia.
Anong bansa kayo talaga unang sumikat? Maliban sa Pilipinas, siyempre. I'm sure you're also known worldwide because there's a lot of interests in different parts
Yes.
of the world.
But yung problema ko, 1975 ako nagsimula ng painting, then 1976 glass sculpture. Nung gumawa ko ng napansin ng ibang tao when I was given a commission in Singapore. Ang laki. It's 5 meters. Tapos yung metal.
Where is it now? Is it displayed somewhere in Singapore?
Yeah.
The theme is rebirth. So what's your concept about rebirth? You are very accomplished already, but here you are working with a relatively new artist who, is also very known in the stone and marble industry. But, what can you say about the rebirth as a theme, especially that you are already recognized and you're already siguro lagpas na sa apex of your career?
No. Well, there's always something new. No. And to do something na iba kaiba. So, this is something new that I like. And I think I can do something better for the glass and stone sculpture.
That's Mr. Ramon Orlina, the father of Philippine glass sculpture, open for business. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Thank you.
David, you've spent 30 years knowing stone as a building material. Its weight, its grain, how it behaves under pressure. When you decided to treat it as canvas, what shifted in a way you looked at it?
Well, I was very hesitant to get into stone as an art form because it's my day job. It's my bread and butter for, like you said, 3 decades, since 1997. I've been doing stone for some of the biggest institutions and houses, government buildings, offices, hotels. And it's something I see on an everyday basis that, in a way, I stopped loving the material because it's something that became ordinary to me. Then a friend of mine asked me a question. Mike Pizarro, he's a very famous interior designer. I think he went to Harvard and he did a postgraduate. And he goes, what is your company doing in relations to ecology and sustainability? And my answer at the time, I believe we were in Spain. We were having a meal in Madrid. And I said, very embarrassingly, nothing. Which made me think, I have to be responsible. I can't just be being in the construction industry and not thinking about how to lower the impact of if there's any negative impact in the
Yes.
stone industry.
And then when you talk about sustainability, it's really something for the next
Yeah.
generation
Because
to use.
I also have children,
Yes.
and I'm also thinking stone is not really, it's not renewable material.
Mhm.
You have to mine it from the mountains,
Yeah.
and so once it's consumed, it's gone.
yes.
In fact, when you're producing materials like stone, you also have a lot of wastage. When you create a building, maybe 30% of the material goes to
waste.
waste. And so if you cut a stone from a slab, a lot of it gets thrown away, natatapon. Parang siruho or
Yeah.
like excess, right?
Yes.
So imagine if you're doing an entire country worth of architecture, that's so much waste. So my company then and there said, we're not going to throw away our stone anymore. We're going to try to find a way to use it. And so during the pandemic, I said, let's make some home objects, let's make some accessories.
That's right.
But then I began to develop this idea of marrying my interests of art and stone.
Mhm.
And so that's when it happened.
we know you as, really someone who's an expert in stone, in marble. As a matter of fact, I remember your comments on one of the famous personalities in the country, changing that material. But now you're really breaking the mold. You're reinventing, David Kaufman as a brand, and we see you differently. Is that a plan, or are you just a late bloomer?
Well, my dad is a New York Jew. He's Jewish, and they always think practical. They're like Chinese. And to the Jews, being an artist is a little bit impractical. And it's something that is not really a road to financial success. So 30 years ago, my dad said, when I told him, I want to be an artist, and he said, don't do that. Do it when you've retired, or when you have a business that's already self-sustaining, it can run itself, then you can become an artist. I honored his wishes. So even though he died 10 years ago, I decided not to forget what I promised him, that I'm going to be a businessman.
At least you followed him. You
And
followed his wishes.
I believe in, honoring your parents. So I always honored my mom, I honored my dad. I focus on running the business professionally to the best of my abilities for 30 years. And I still run it now, but now I have a secondary interest, which is art. About 2023, I started dabbling in art as a profession while maintaining the stone company's operation.
But David, was that really an innate character? Was it something that it's with you all along, but you didn't have that opportunity
Well,
to
yes.
showcase?
Even from when I was a child, if you go to my mom's house in England, she will see paintings there from when I was 8 years old, from when I was 13 years old. I was in University of Oxford. So of course I only had a small allowance. So I needed to decorate my place. So I do paintings from my place in Oxford. Then when I came back to Manila, I also created paintings. So I kept on doing it more for myself. And it was really just like for my own satisfaction. Then during the pandemic, I think everyone became an artist or a baker during the pandemic. So I was in Sonia's garden because she's our ninang.
That's in Tagaytay,
In
correct?
Tagaytay.
Okay.
So Tita Sonia told us, why don't you just stay in the resort? So we stayed there almost one whole year. So for almost a year, we stayed there. And it's paradise, right?
Yeah.
Imagine people, they stay there for one night and they're so happy. I was there for a year. She even built me a studio where I can paint. And then I created artwork every day while I was in
So is
Tagaytay.
that where you somehow, you can say you honed that talent?
In a way, I was able to explore new materials because there was no paint at the time because it was pandemic.
Yeah.
So I could only make art out of anything I find in
Exactly.
Tagaytay. It might be a wood, it might be stone, it might be cement, it might be steel. That's where I began to view art as something that can be created from anything.
Okay.
And I did.
While you are really establishing your name as an artist, you are already breaking ground. Like now you partner with the father of Philippine glass sculpture. How is that? It's like this is somehow for other people they call it phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. In fact, during our vernissage, I was telling the public, I don't know why I'm here, because it's like a miracle. Because this is something that should be the opportunity for a national artist. Like his collaborators are Napoleon Abueva, Arturo Luz, Olazo,
Yes.
Ben Cab. Why am I here? But the thing is, he saw my passion. That just shows how the great Ramon Orlina is not looking at titles.
And actually, I asked him about you. I said, why did you choose him? His response was, he said, he knows what he's doing. He is best in what he's doing.
He said, I'm the best.
So that is really, something. But having this opportunity, how do you find it? I think it needs national exposure. It has to be amplified because not all artists are given that opportunity to collaborate. And this is something special because this is the first in the history. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, it didn't really hit me. Now that you package it in that way, I realize the significance of it being so pioneering. I don't take it for granted. I mean, this is a blessing. I think he sees that I'm working, I'm doing my job. So this is not just a free ride. He can see even on weekends, I'm still working and I'm bringing the glass with the stone and I'm finding solutions and I'm finding ways to marry stone and glass because it doesn't want to mix. It's like oil and water.
Exactly.
It doesn't go together.
And what he told me, he wants to really experiment with you. He said he wants to do things with you together simultaneously.
Yeah.
So how do you find it? Here is a world-renowned sculptor, very eager to collaborate, to work simultaneously with a very young entrepreneur and artist like
Well, because Mr. Orlina, even though he's a artist, he also has an organization because you cannot create glass on your own. You need workers, you need helpers, you need polishers, you need cargadores, you need customs brokers. He has an organization. And he saw that with me also. I also have an organization. To do stone, you cannot do it on your own also. You need all of those things. You need cutting machines, grinding machines, drills, epoxies, and you have to know the properties because you just can't make something that's gonna fall apart.
Yes.
Because this is like, it's not wood that you just, make it, hook it, and then it's fine. These are things that are very hard to handle, hard to manipulate. And so it needs a lot of expertise. So like, he's been doing glass for 50 years. I've been doing stone for 30 years. So in a way, we're bringing 80 years of knowledge.
Yes. He said he haven't seen anything like this
Never.
before.
To find concepts, I have to use AI to explain to him how it's going to emerge. Because if you look on the internet, it's not there. There's no glass and stone sculptures in the world. So this is globally novel. It's something different, even on a global scale.
You said somehow in our readings, Mr. Orlina, his collaboration with you was a miracle. But from his side, he saw something worth saying yes. What do you think he saw?
Well, I think he saw my heart. I look at art in its pure form. I don't look at cost. And I also respect him, and he saw that respect. And I believe he knows who I am because we have very close family friends, and they know my character, they know my good intentions, and they see how I treat people. So he had an automatic trust. There was no question, like, is this guy worth investing in? Because he knew me for many, many years through common friends and family. And he saw how I treat people, and he saw how fair I am with people. Not only that, and in his own projects, he was blessing me, and I bless him back. So I don't just take from him. So like when he was talking about if there's a financial side to this, I was not looking at the financial side. Whatever he said, that's fine with me, because to me, it's an honor and a privilege just to be here. You don't look at price, because you don't look at cost, you don't look at profit. This to me is not about, there's no business side to this aspect of my business. This is really an act of culture. It's for art, and it's for the Philippines. It has nothing to do with money. I have a business that does commercial projects.
But it's a bonus if there's a commercial success to it.
If there's a commercial success, good. But the thing is, I think Ben Cab doesn't think about the cost when he makes a painting. He doesn't. I don't think Orlina thinks about it when he makes a glass. I don't think Arturo Luz is thinking about that when he's making a sculpture. So for me, you have to think about art for its own sake. And also because this is not just a personal work. This is going to go down in history, because this is Ramon Orlina. I'm there alongside him. It's really part of the Philippine history.
Wow. You know, that's a lot of beautiful words from David Kaufman, and I hope that you visit us at the studio to shed light, more on the inspiration and a lot of things about this phenomenal, the first in the history of Philippine art. Thank you, David. Open for business. We'll be back. Stay with us. Maraming salamat sa isang oras na pagsama sa amin upang tunghayan ng isang makabuluhang usapan ukol sa negosyo dito lang sa Open for Business. Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan nyo kaming muli dito sa Open for Business. Catch us too on Facebook and YouTube. Like and subscribe on our social media page at Net25 TV. We will bring you more insights from industry experts, thought leaders, CEOs, and featured SMEs. Together, let us help encourage business development in the Philippines. Sharpen your business acumen, feel the pulse, and set the trend for as long as you're informed and open for business. Ito po si Cesar Vallejos. Marami pong salamat.